There are many lessons in life. There's one moral of this story. Think before you ink. Many people love their tattoos until they wake up one day and go, hey, maybe that dolphin wearing sunglasses isn't my vibe anymore. And studios here in Metro Detroit say they're busier than ever, helping people hit the delete button on their ink. Take a look. Tattoos are supposed to be forever, but for a growing number of people, forever now means until my 30s. And tattoo removal studios say business is booming with folks ready to break up with their ink.
There's a lot of reasons for tattoo removal. There's a lot of reasons for clients to have it done and to have changes.
At Chroma Tattoo and Laser Tattoo Removal in West Bloomfield, owner Jamie Howard has seen everything from misspelled quotes to late-night impulse ink to ex-partners who are definitely not worth it.
Some people just want to take it all the way off, and that's just because in life they might have got that tattoo when they were like young. Maybe they were like 16, 17, and now they're like 30 or 40, and they're like, this doesn't jive with me anymore.
Tracy Herman's in that club. She's keeping a few tattoos, you know, the meaningful ones, but the other ones, they're getting evicted.
I think just right now, as I'm getting older, I just want my natural looking skin back. I already got the tattoos, and then now I just want to move forward and go back to the original skin of what I was born with.
But here's the catch. Removing a tattoo does not feel like getting one. Howard doesn't sugarcoat it.
It definitely feels like a rubber band, hot rubber band hitting you, or grease from a frying pan. Those are the two ways I explain that to a lot of people. It doesn't feel great, and if you come to see me, I'm never going to tell you it's going to be amazing, because it's not amazing. It sucks.
Tracy backs her up. She brought stress balls. Always a good sign.
The stress balls really help because at the time it is pretty intense. It's like a bee sting that just continually doesn't go away, or someone snapping a rubber band until you're at the beginning of your tattoo to the end.
Sessions can take hours, days, months, sometimes years, depending on the size and color, and they start around $100 for most artists.
Probably about like 70% of those clients, they're in it for the long haul and they want to get them fully removed.
But Tracy says for her, ditching the old ink feels like a much-needed fresh start.
I would encourage anyone to have their tattoos removed if they can. I know price is sometimes an issue, but it's worth it.
Amy says that's what keeps people coming back. Not perfection, just the joy of saying goodbye to a, well, questionable decision from their youth.
If you want it bad enough, you're going to take it off. You know, it's all mind over matter.
The Edge at 11 starts now.
Tonight on The Edge, flakes are flying all over the place as snow falls across our area. You're looking live at the pictures outside of our weather beast. We'll be getting out to Fox 2's Dave Spencer for a live report on road conditions that seem to be getting worse by the minute here in just a second. But snow isn't the only thing piling up tonight. You can actually keep track of dozens of school closings at the bottom of your screen right there, or by heading to our website, fox2detroit.com, or the Fox local app. But right now, let's send it over to Weather Authority Stephanie Mead, who has her eyes on the radar to see how much more we're going to get.
Yeah,
hey there,
so
Steph.
many different avenues to access that forecast for sure. And if you're watching right now and you just saw that vantage point from our weather beast, roadways definitely looking a little slick. And we're seeing very heavy bursts of some snow, which is going to limit visibility, but also pile up relatively quickly. Live look over the Detroit River, and we're not able to make out the city just because it is being obscured by the snow that is actively falling right now. And these more intense blues usually and always indicate that we are seeing more intense snow at that vantage point. There is some mixing down near Lenawee counties and closer to the Ohio state line, but everybody right now, with the exception of areas north and east of the city, up near northern Macomb County, St. Clair County still has yet to pick up on the snow, is picking up on snow right now. Winter weather advisories just north of I-69 includes St. Clair County too up until 4 o'clock tomorrow, but our immediate area not underneath a winter weather advisory. We are going to get a little bit of mixing in here. Plain snow showers from Wisconsin, and then rain in northern Illinois and areas south. This is our Fox Futurecast model taking us through the overnight. 1 a.m. temps hovering near freezing, so we are looking at widespread snow with that. But by around 5:30, 6 o'clock, the freezing line lifts northward, because notice where temps are headed. They'll be in the upper 30s. So there's going to be some light rain mixing in too. That's going to cut back on totals. Roadways are going to be wet. And then right behind that system, we're looking at additional light snow with temperatures then eventually falling. Now, in terms of snow accumulation, I think a lot of us north of I-69, 3 to 5, an additional 2 to 4 inches, though, for a lot of us here across southeast Michigan. Around 33 degrees here. Temperatures are going to continue to remain at or above freezing. rising. A lot of us are going to see temps spike just a little bit as we head through the overnight and early tomorrow, and then we'll fall through the 20s as we head through Thursday and Friday. Now, the extended forecast looks cold. We have additional snow showers, too, heading into this weekend, with overnight lows remaining in the teens. Roop, over to you.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. One round of snow done, another round already here and not letting up. Fox News' Dave Spencer is live inside the weather beast, working to paint a better picture of the roads now. And Dave, in the last hour since the last time we talked to you, how much worse is it?
Yeah, we're in the thick of it now, and like you said, we've been dealing with this for about an hour. We've been mostly staying to the highways. We were on the 23 and 96, and then now we exited the highway. We're on Telegraph Road heading north, and it's a different story out here. The highways were pretty clear, minus the exit and entrance ramps. Telegraph, you could tell that there's still the trucks have yet to get to it. This has all kind of been cleared by the sheer volumes of traffic. So as we were kind of making our way north from Detroit, in fact, there's a part where Telegraph you have to jut into the other lane, or into the southbound traffic to go north, and the northbound goes southbound. They kind of crisscross. Well, we watched a tow truck go the wrong direction because they didn't have lines to follow. Those lines are obviously covered up now by the snow. So if you weren't familiar with the way that intersection plays, they could be tricky, and we saw that firsthand. Luckily, everyone is going at a decent speed, like 45, 40 miles an hour. They were able to catch that in time to avoid any kind of disaster. That person righted their course and went on their way. But you could definitely understand how something like that could happen on a night like this, where I'm watching before my eyes the lines in the roads kind of disappear, and you're left to your Google Maps, and you're following the person in front of you to kind of figure out the route that you're best to travel. So as you kind of make your way throughout the evening and into the morning, one of the things that you should keep in mind is that you should have some washer fluid, because as this kind of temperatures stay above freezing, it's all going to turn to slush. It's all going to throw up on your windshield there, and you want to make sure that you have the fluid in the car already to clear that, because you don't want to be stuck in any kind of that mess. So we're going to be staying with this throughout the mornings, I'm sure throughout your commute then, and we'll keep you abreast of any kind of big changes that come on. So stay with us. Reporting live in the Weather Beast, Dave Spencer on The Edge.
Yeah, we saw a snow plow in the 10 o'clock hour that you guys were following. Yeah. How many more of those have you seen in your travels so far?
Maybe 4 or 5, most of them, all of them, I should say, on the freeways right now. And obviously they have a priority of what they want to tackle first. So that's going to be those primary roads are going to be the freeways, and then the highways, the telegraphs, the Woodward, that'll come secondary. Who knows when they'll get to this, because this snow is just going to keep on continuing to fall throughout the evening here. So you might be on your own for a little while if you're navigating this area. So make sure that you are just taking it easy, because you don't want to make any wrong turns and get yourself stuck. Those tow trucks are out there in full force as well.
And turn on Fox 2 News Morning on your phone, on fox2detroit.com, on Fox Local, starting at 4 a.m. with the latest traffic and weather. Dave Spencer for us live tonight. Thank you.
She probably scared because she was walking for about 10 blocks.
Where's your sister?
She probably scared. So many people just pulled up on that little girl. I'm so happy I saved her.
A Detroit man steps in after spotting a 6-year-old girl walking to school alone. She had no hat, gloves, or shoes. Come to find out, she walks the nearly half-mile to her school all the time. Joshua Threat says he recorded the ordeal to protect himself, not knowing the video would go viral. Now he's sharing this message to parents.
I'm not bashing the parents or nothing, but at these times of days in this world, we can't let things like that happen, you know. We got to step it up a little bit more.
Detroit police have been in contact with the little girl's family. Child Protective Services have also been notified.
As a parent, I cannot imagine receiving the call I placed today to the parents.
The president at Kentucky State University asking people to pray for his school and students after a gunman opened fire at a dorm on campus this afternoon, killing one student and critically hurting another. Police arrested the suspected shooter from Indiana on murder and assault charges. At last check, the victim, who survived, is in critical condition but stable.
A grievous sin, a sin that took a vibrant life never to be replaced on this side of heaven.
It is pathetic Your actions are absolutely pathetic. You thought you came up with this brilliant plan. What you didn't realize was every single thing that you did, every little pathetic cowardice act that you did, left to a trail of evidence.
An Oakland County judge not holding back, saying she hopes two killers are haunted for the rest of their lives by the last moments of the Rochester Hills men they murdered. Carlos Hernandez and Joshua Zuazo sentenced to life in prison without parole for posing as DTE workers and murdering 72-year-old Hussein Murray in his home on Newcastle Drive last October.
It closes the chapter in this saga, but it certainly doesn't close the wound, and I don't know that that wound is ever going to close.
There's a gaping hole in our hearts that will never be filled, will never be closed. My dad was larger than life, and it's a presence that you cannot replace or you cannot even attempt to fill.
That's not enough, but I'll just say this. I miss my dad.
I'm just glad that it's over, and I want to thank everybody who did an exceptional job.
Both suspects remained silent during sentencing ahead of a possible appeal of their sentences. Several Metro Detroit communities looking at big changes with data centers proposed in their towns. But what's behind the sudden rise in these facilities, and why is Michigan such a hot spot? Fox News' Dave Kinchin has been doing some digging. He joins us live in a snowy Saline tonight with more. Dave.
Yeah, you know, the data center here in the Saline area really is still the talk of the town and inspiring protest. And many other communities across Michigan are getting a taste of this as well. We'll go to video and show you pictures you've probably seen before. Saline Township is one of at least 10 communities in the state eyeballed for data centers, whether they are just proposals at this juncture or essentially a done deal. In Saline Township, DTE Energy said yesterday it expects the power contracts to be approved later this month at a meeting there for the $7 billion Oracle and OpenAI data stronghold. But we've been asking why now and why Michigan? Well, it's not just Michigan, but we're also finding out from an AI expert that the more localized digital stops you have for data, the lower the cost is in the long run.
It doesn't necessarily move as fast as it needs to, so having it co-located means that they can have more throughput locally without having to pay transit fees, essentially, because when you're moving terabytes of data, it becomes tremendously expensive, and it takes a long time.
I'm a designer, and I live with AI. I have an example right over here of what I created with AI, and I know those data centers help with that. But you know, in my heart as a farm girl, it's just a very big disappointment to see it all going away.
Saline Township folks have been protesting, and the Saline Township Board has said repeatedly, we hear you. They say their hands are essentially tied. They can't stop that big development from coming through. They even went to court over it. Elsewhere around the country, including Oregon, there have been reports of other data centers, other companies that are producing data centers, and even links to cancer in some cases, but there's still research being done. Reporting live, Dave Kinchin, root back to you.
Yeah, when you take a look at the objections that people have had across the country for these data centers, how effective is public comment in stopping these, would you say?
You know, it really depends on where the situation is. In Brownstown Township, where we were a few weeks ago, there was a huge meeting there, and the residents were saying, we really don't want this here. Board members didn't really make a decision yet. Some liked the idea, some weren't so sure, so it could make more of a difference there. Here in Saline Township, doesn't seem like it has.
All right. Dave Kinchin for us live tonight. Thank you.
Hey, somebody inside? Is there anyone else inside?
No. My concern.
A closer look at how people and police came together to rescue a local woman trapped in her car. You're watching The Edge at 11. Here's another story we're working on tonight.
Have a heart and return them. You know, have some compassion.
Some California pet owners are on edge after burglars broke into a veterinary hospital. What they stole that'll make your heart sink. Still ahead.